Should it be
Prime
referred?
Minister, should chants like from the river to the sea be outlawed like the Nazi salute?
I'll say this about the Middle East position, which is that the government's position has been very clear, and over the last 24 hours, what we have done again is to communicate to Israel our opposition for a ground invasion in Rafah, because we're concerned about the civilian population there. They were told to move from the northern part of Gaza, they were told to move south. You then have a very crowded population, and you also have a crowded population that it's not clear where they are supposed to go, given the destruction that's occurred to housing in other parts of Gaza. So we are very concerned about that. And my government's position is very clear, and it's been a long-standing position of the Australian government to support a two-state solution. The right of Israel to exist within secure borders, the right of Israelis to go about their lives in safety and security with prosperity, but also the fundamental right of Palestinians to have safety, security and prosperity as well, with systems in place that ensure that through a two-state solution. That is what is required, and my government supports the freedom of expression, of course, but people should think through what they are saying, and we support a two-state solution and support rhetorical positions that are consistent with that.
What is the government's advice to the Vice-Chancellor? Should these slogans or others be banned?
So if we back on gas, the government and state governments seem to have different opinions on gas. Should the Australian government be more open to gas exploration?
Governments in our federation, we have the federal government's responsible for what we do, and the state and territory governments are responsible for what they do. The private sector is responsible for some things as well. And what we seek to do is to provide a Commonwealth framework going forward. That's what we've done with our future gas strategy, and I think it's a very positive announcement that we've made today. It makes it clear that our future gas strategy is consistent with achieving net zero by 2050, and indeed it's a necessary component of achieving net zero by 2050 as well. Last one. I stand by what we have said when it comes to the incident that occurred in North Asia in recent days. Australian Defence Force personnel were engaged in international waters, in international skies, and engaged in international work consistent with the United Nations sanctions being imposed on North Korea. It was legitimate, peaceful activity which should be respected, and which I'm proud of the role that Australian Defence Force personnel play in upholding international law and international sanctions and the appropriate processes as determined by the United Nations. This action by China was unprofessional and unacceptable. We've made that very, very clear going forward. Thanks very much.
The Prime Minister there in Melbourne.